You get what you want, great disappointment, great suffering. You don't get what you want, great disappointment, great suffering.
Something that keeps coming up, feeling like you can do something of your own effort to achieve success and being like rewarded in the world for your trying, for your efforting that way. And I was thinking about how much has come from great love and great suffering. You kind of need to fall apart to even see that falling apart doesn't mean the end of everything. And everyone's just reaching for success in the world all the time. And using all their efforting power, their willpower, building up their identity as a successful this and that. And it needs to collapse. And then they need to come, at least that was part of my path. Needing it to collapse so I could see that in the collapse something was there that was a loving presence. But only could I have reached that through the failure of the thing that I thought I wanted, which wasn't what I actually wanted.
Yeah. Getting what you want from that state of awareness, that state of consciousness, or lack thereof. You get what you want, great disappointment, great suffering. You don't get what you want, great disappointment, great suffering. Then there's we might say, there's an other way. There's another way. There's another way that isn't that. Sometimes it'll take on the form of trying to punish yourself into this idea of heaven, or trying to earn your way into this idea of heaven.
Often that idea of heaven includes a really nice house.
Yeah.
And a really nice family, and a really nice job, and really great health, and long life.
I know.
As if you could like do a bunch of things in the world to achieve that. And then the images we get as kids is like, look, these people did achieve this, and they did it.
Yeah.
That's all you need to do. Just do that.
Totally. And sometimes the ego, the illusory self, the separate self, can be so convincing and saying, look, I really have it. I have it and you don't have it. Just get to have what I have, then you'll have it. Yeah. And maybe you go on that journey and it's grueling and you get it. And then you go, hey now, did I arrive? Did I get it? Did I get it?
Was this all a prank?
Yeah. Yeah, it feels like, oh, I've been pranked by my own fictitious notion of what I thought it was, what I thought I could achieve.
The world I thought was real.
Yep. And then, so you finally see through it. And I mean, there's been some teachers that largely only work with people that have now acquired their ideas of success. And they say, well, did it get you there? Have you arrived? Or are you still trying to arrive at this idea of a future moment? Or have you overly become nostalgic about a past moment that you've colored with your own distorted ideas? And then you're trying to replicate that. And in replicating it, one, you can never replicate it. Two, even if you could, it would reveal its continual distortion. So we can chase the future idea, be overly attached to the past idealism. Sometimes this shows up with, let's say you go to the beach and you got your pina colada. You got, is that how you say it? Pina colada? Yeah. You got your pina colada. Pina?
Pina.
Pina.
But this whatever.
You got your pina. I don't know.
Yeah, your pina
You got your,
colada.
you go to the beach, you got your pina colada. You got your phone out. You're taking snapshots of yourself. Like, oh, look how relaxed and at ease I am. Presenting it as though it's relaxing and ease filled, but interiorly being very anxious. In fact, still trying to earn by way of appearing to be relaxed and at ease, so you can get validation from other egoic separate selves that are equally problematic and on, trying to find happiness in programs that will just never work. And even if a bunch of individuals in that egoic state of consciousness validate each other, it's never enough. You can never get enough. And you're trying to manipulate it out of each other to constantly validate, self-promote, get validation from others.
Do I look good enough? Have I achieved enough? Have I made enough money? Am I in the right style? Am I in the right place? How's my body? Oh, I'm cool, man. Everything's cool. We're at the beach. We're having the best time of our life. Life is good.
Maybe a controlling scenario unfolds and one person is being really controlling. Maybe one tries to earn enough, okay, I'll let you control me. And maybe that will bring you enough ease. And it doesn't. It only appears to give the presentation of ease. And then months later, they look back at those photos and they say, wow, wasn't that a good time 6 months ago? Let's do that again. You say, well, I don't know. I don't really want to do that again. Because even if you can replicate that, which you can't, but even if you could replicate it, it isn't the richness of our inner inheritance that is unearnable and ever present.
Always at ease.
Always at ease. Always present. Always available. Life eternal. And at the very center, your very beingness and your very life. That it is so loving and outpouring that it is the essence of you, that you can't divorce yourself from this essence. And if you do divorce yourself, disconnect yourself, it's an illusion of a disconnect. And the degree in which we believe the illusion to be reality, that is the false acting as though it's real, or we're giving it authority as though it is real. And in doing so, now it has power and authority over us, not ultimately, but relatively. It doesn't have ultimate authority over us. But the degree in which we believe it to be reality, which we could say it's an idol, it's a false pattern that obscures the ever-present pattern, the loving pattern.
One way you might be able to illustrate that is someone losing all their money, losing their house. And in relative reality, it is relatively real that they've lost something. That something has been lost and that they need to take care of their security, their everyday needs. But people who are really attached to money in a house, who lose money in a house, it's total hell. But
Yeah.
they were already in total
They were
hell.
already in total
But
hell.
now it's the worst part of hell, which is the loss in hell. So you can gain in hell and lose in hell.
Yep.
Because even if you gain that house and you gain the money, you still aren't at ease. You're not in divine reality. You haven't surrendered to God.
And if we talk to that, let's call it program, which isn't them, it's just masquerading as them, the ego, say, hey, you're going to have to give this up anyway, all of it.
Yeah.
You're going to, you're going to die. And who is the eternal behind that idea of the finite that is essentially who you really are?
So then you can lose all your money and you can lose your house. And still be okay and have everything that you need. But only because you can rest in the reality where we're already taken care of in this moment, that everything that we need is already provided for. And that which already provides for us whether we're alive or not alive.
Yeah, and that's radical. That's
Radical.
radical faith.
Totally.
It's almost so radical that we don't want to believe it. We don't want to trust it, even if we could believe it, which our false self can still believe or not believe things. But the essential level, you could say only the essential self, the true self, the real self,
Christ self.
the Christ self. It's the only way to the Father's kingdom, to the Mother's beloved womb. Yeah. It'd be like a loving mother holding a baby, and the milk is already available. It's not being withheld. You're being held by the mother, and you're being fed by the mother. Oh, the womb analogy is really fantastic because you're in the womb, you're surrounded by the mother. Everywhere you look, there's an aspect of mother or your relationship to the mother, and you're connected and you're being continually fed, whether you know it or not. In this metaphor, we would have to think of a very loving mother who's caretaking, eating good food, getting enough sleep, getting good air and good sun. And you could say we're meant to be in that very pattern, that very that image, same image. That's our true identity.